Well, for more on the toy gender divide, we welcome Ken Seiter, live from New York. He's Vice President of Marketing Communications at the Toy Industry Association. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
Now, Ken, why are we seeing this consumer trend moving away from the pink and blue divide?
You know, there's a lot of reasons. First of all, consumers are really interested in exposing their children to many, many different types of toys, which are really like the tools of play, and play plays such an integral part in the whole development of childhood and actually even in adulthood. And more and more, we're seeing that retailers are responding to this consumer demand that they want both their boys and their girls to see a variety of different types of toys and games that they can play with and that they can enjoy. Traditionally, of course, retailers have responded to what consumers said, girls want this type of toy, boys want this, but again, that's blurring. Also, we're seeing a lot of toys emerging that are really gender neutral.
Now, you're talking about gender-neutral toys. Let's also move into STEM toys. Those are toys covering science, technology, engineering, and math. And with companies like Goldilocks and these STEM-based companies, what was your reaction to the amount of interest you're seeing in these STEM-based toy companies?
It's growing, it's emerging. Consumers more and more, they want to see how they want to get more out of toys, basically. And they want, their children to learn in different ways outside of the classroom. And STEM-based toys that really teach engineering, science, math, and other things really give children a different level of exposure and learning and development to these various disciplines outside of the classroom.
Now, some big toy companies like Mattel, who makes Barbie, have tried, sometimes unsuccessfully, to tailor their products to react to that wider range of interest for girls. What are they doing right, and where are they missing the mark?
I really think that, first of all, I think the acronym STEM should really be altered to say STEAM. It should include, science, technology, engineering, but also arts and mathematics. And what we're seeing that we're missing, perhaps more in education, is art that brings a whole different level, a whole different dimension, emotionally especially, for children, and that really motivates children to learn. Research has shown that schools that have art programs and schools that promote art have their students achieving more superior to students that don't. In other words, like SAT scores, etc. Students that have art programs, they perform better than students that don't.
Now, for a lot of retailers, obviously, they're going to be more focused on the bottom line. So how does this trend of STEAM and expanding it into STEM, how does that impact their bottom line?
More and more what we're seeing an evolution in not only in basic disciplines such as science and technology and engineering. We're seeing more innovative things where children are being taught how to program. Children are being taught more sophisticated mathematics, more multilingual types of disciplines. And so that's going to continue. That's going to continue to thrive and grow.
Now, so in the short term, so we have these STEM toys. Let's look at the long term. So you have these companies, they're coming out with these products because a lot of female engineers were frustrated about the lack of women in their field. Girls tend to drop out of science fields at a much higher rate than boys. But what sort of impact can having these STEM and STEAM-based toys have when these children become adults and are actually looking for work?
Really, what we're seeing is, we're running an initiative now at the Toy Industry Association called the Genius of Play. And we're exploring how play directly involves development of children and how it leads ultimately to career goals. We know, for example, you talk to a car mechanic, for example, and you ask them what their favorite toy was. I can guarantee that they said it was toy cars or racing programs, etc. We're seeing that growing and moving forward and increasing. And that's really a trend that will not go away. That will just continue to thrive and grow.
Well, Ken, thank you. We're going to have to leave it there. Ken Seiter of the Toy Industry Association, thank you very much for joining us.